There's absolutely nothing worse than wanting to lift hard and heavy, but not being able to because of any lingering joint or muscle pain. It's demoralizing, it's debilitating, and most of all, it's avoidable. So today, I want to share a simple 4-step process for you to immediately alleviate and prevent in the future a lot of the reasons you're experiencing shoulder pain while overhead pressing and or bench pressing. All right, so let's jump right into it. Step number 1 is just doing a simple warm-up. This doesn't have to be that extensive or too complicated either. My simple approach is activating the primary movers that are going to be taxed during the press itself. Think a set or two of maybe 10 push-ups or so. Doing the same for the opposing muscles that help stabilize the joint while the primary movers do their job. Think maybe a set or two of band pull-aparts, and then doing a simple mobility drill or two for both your shoulders and thoracic spine to make sure the movement can be done without any range of motion limitations. Think maybe some band dislocations and a set of bird dogs or two. After that, once you're feeling loose and revved up, we then move on to step number 2. That's making sure that our form is on point. And when it comes to form during any press, vertical or horizontal, the leading cause of pain is usually pressing while your shoulders are internally rotated. Doing this leads to a lack of activation of your upper back stabilizing muscles and ultimately puts your shoulders in a very compromising, unstable position. Hell, just the video of me showing what it looks like when you're doing a clean and overhead press while having your shoulders internally rotated felt like shit. And you'll know you're doing it wrong when your elbow is flared out instead of being tucked in. Not only will this put yourself in a horrible, unstable position when pressing, which leads to decreased performance because of power leaks, but really increases the odds that you experience an injury. So to fix it, simply externally rotate your shoulders so that your back can help do its part in stabilizing the head of the humerus when you're pressing. Now, once you fix that big form flaw, step 3 will be to make sure that you program in exercises that are best suited for your particular situation. Fact is, even if you follow a solid warm-up and fix your form flaws, there are some folks out there that still can't do conventional horizontal or vertical presses out of concern for their body's overall structural integrity. For me personally, a pec tear that I suffered in 2023 put an end to me doing any flat barbell bench work for likely the rest of my life. So instead of giving up the horizontal press altogether, I learned to pivot in a way that allows for me to execute that movement pattern in a safer manner via ditching barbells that force a less forgiving and more set range of motion in exchange for dumbbells and kettlebells in that movement pattern, and doing more push-ups, incline work, and floor presses, which limit the stress being placed on the compromised joint. If, say, overhead work is more of the problem for you though, the same principles apply. Pivot to an alternative that doesn't bother you by way of hitting more incline work, say like a high incline that doesn't irritate you, and decreased range of motion work like floor presses and board presses. And the 4th and probably most underutilized step is fortifying the strength of the stabilizing muscles that help insulate and stabilize the joint when doing the pressing itself. I know it may seem counterintuitive to train the muscles of your back to improve the safety and performance of your presses, but the truth is, it plays a large role in your ability to lift powerfully and pain-free. So after doing your presses, don't just hit your delts, pecs, and triceps to help boost strength in that particular movement pattern, but hit your back too with both horizontal and vertical pulls to boost the stabilizing strength during the pressing itself so that those primary movers, your shoulders, pecs, and triceps, can do their job in a more efficient manner. I promise you, you address each of these 4 steps moving forward, and not only will you immediately achieve better performance with less pain, but you'll also avoid the possibility of either an acute or chronic overuse-based shoulder or pec injury like I unfortunately experienced. At the end of the day, I know this subject may not be as sexy as me sharing a killer workout for you to perform, but at the end of the day, it's my job to help arm you guys with the right tools to navigate your fitness goals while aging. And preventing injury is a large part of that. So hopefully it hit home and you can implement a thing or two from it to help put yourself in the best possible position for both immediate and long-term success when training. If it did, then please do me a solid by hitting the thumbs up button so I know I'm hooking you up with content you want to see here, as well as subscribing and clicking the alert icon so you get notified the instant I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Appreciate your time, guys. Have a good one. Chandler out.